Hey guys! So as you can tell by my awesome outfit today, we're going to do a makeup transformation inspired by Harley Quinn from the Suicide Squad. Some people love this movie, some people hate this movie. I just am obsessed with Harley Quinn in this movie because she has such a great backstory and she's flawed. She kicks butt and she's just awesome and cute. So today we're going to do not only Harley Quinn as herself from the Suicide Squad, but we're going to do a creepy twist on it of her as a zombie. It's going to be a two-parter makeup so you can see her all cute and adorable, and then we're going to make her creepy with a little bit of chewy bits on her face and blood. So stick around and enjoy, and let's get started with the makeup transformation. So first I'm going to put a wig cap on my head because of course we're going to have a giant pigtailed blonde dip-dyed wig later. You really want to make sure you put a lot of bobby pins in this, not like 100, but enough to really secure it down. With my hair slicked back in this awesome jacket, I feel like I am going to the Olympics. Although I haven't accomplished many sports, unless thrifting and collecting Elvis t-shirts is a sport. Or eating a vast amount of Mexican food. Is that considered a sport? Now, since Harley Quinn's skin is super duper Casperly white, even more than mine, I'm going to get the lightest foundation I own, which is from this Le Maquillage, very fancy French expensive makeup palette, and I'm going to mix it with a mixing medium, and I'm going to set that aside because I'm going to do concealer first. I just wanted the foundation to really set and blend together. The concealer I'm using today is the Urban Decay Weightless Skin Concealer. The Naked Skin, it's like one of my all-time favorite concealers, and this will not affect the color of my foundation. I just need to correct all of my under eye circles and acne scarring because Margot Robbie, who plays Harley Quinn in the Suicide Squad movie, does not have as many under eye bags as I do. Then moving on to that foundation we mixed before, really tap this on the face. You really want to make it semi-opaque, like a medium coverage. She's not completely white, but she's very, very pale. You can even get some on your lips to make a more perfect lip line when we put on the red lipstick later. I mean, it's going to be smeared though, like she's been eating burgers. I would eat burgers with Harley Quinn. You really want to make sure you cover your ears and down your neck and chest as well, where your costume outfit stops. Now I'm just setting my entire face with some translucent powder in all areas that we put foundation on. Now it's time to contour the face. Margot Robbie, who plays Harley Quinn, has a much thinner nose than I do, so I'm getting a cool tone contour color from my Lunatic Cosmetics lab. What a perfect palette for this makeup transformation. Contour color of the lightest shades in there, and then I'm going to contour her cheekbones because she has higher cheekbones than I do because my face is super round. I'm also contouring under my chin. Now it's time to paint them brows and make them become on fleek. Is that still a trend? I don't know, but I'm using a light brown. Her eyebrows are light brown and mine are like almost a blackish color. And then I'm going to go in with the light brown like foundation concealer color to paint on more realistic eyebrow hairs with a very thin paintbrush. This is the part where you really want to look at reference pictures because Miss Harley Quinn has a little bit more of a masculine eyebrow than I do. It's almost like mine, but a little bit more straight and a little bit thicker. Once your eyebrows are done, I'm going to dip into my Visor eyeshadow palette. Now this palette is so expensive, but I got it on a super sale, and I'm pretty sure these colors match the ones from the movies almost exactly, and I would just think it'd be so magical if what if this is the actual eyeshadow palette they used, but I'm not sure. I need to look into it. Starting off with that lighter blue eyeshadow from the palette with a pencil brush, and then getting a different, more angled eyeshadow brush to make it blend down towards her face because it has the effect of her crying almost, the way her eyeshadow is set in the movie. And then I'm going to get a darker blue eyeshadow and then really buff it into that crease. Now for the other eye, I'm just getting that lighter pink from the eyeshadow palette that's almost like a Barbie pink. Doing the same type of motions of it almost crying onto her cheekbones. And you want to make sure it blends out though when it's like sliding down her cheeks and it's not just like dark rough patches next to the white skin. And getting a darker pink to put in the crease. Really trying to blend those eyeshadows together with a matte black eyeshadow to make it look like Harley Quinn's from the movie because it has more definition in the corner of the eyes there. Now, Harley Quinn does not have beautiful, luxurious lashes, so I'm just going to curl my natural eyelashes and put some mascara on. I'm super excessive. I use like 2 different types of mascara. First, I use a Better Than Sex mascara by Too Faced, and then I use the L'Oreal Butterfly one. These are just my all-time favorite, and they work so well together. Now it's time to get that black eyeliner and hope and pray that you will not mess this up by doing the small little decals of the heart and the writing on Harley Quinn's face. I'm first going to paint on with this black liquid eyeliner, which I find is the easiest and most precise way to do detail on this without messing up the little black heart that's on her cheekbone right under the pink eye. And then I'm going to use the same black liquid liner to write the word rotten on that side of my face where Harley Quinn has it in the movie. You want to do it right under the cheekbone but right above where your chin line is, your jawline I should say. I was so focused on making this read rotten and do it semi pretty looking that I feel like I should have angled it a little bit more upwards towards the end, near the N letter. But I'm super happy that I did not mess it up and you can read it. Now I'm going to get some red lipstick. My all-time favorite red lipstick for any comic book character that gives a great pop of red color is the Sephora Matte Lip Cream. It's by the Sephora brand. It's an 01 red, and you want to make sure it has that smeary mark near that corner of the lip. And once you're done with that lipstick, it is time to put on Harley Quinn's wig. I got this one from Amazon. And it's just so adorable, but it's one of the most difficult wigs I've ever had to work with. Just make sure those little bang hairs are showing on the wig and they lay nicely on the face. But with that, you're totally completely done with the Harley Quinn makeup transformation from the movie Suicide Squad. Margot Robbie, who plays Harley Quinn, is so adorable in this movie, and she kicks butt. But now it's time to make Harley Quinn creepier and turn her into a zombie. First, I'm going to take off the wig, get a makeup remover wipe, and remove parts of my makeup near the bridge of my nose, across the tops of my cheeks, and on my eyebrow area. You don't have to remove your entire makeup. These are just areas that we want to make stand out for a zombie because zombie skin is like shriveling onto their skull, so their skull shape protrudes more. And then I'm gonna get some nose and scar wax from Ben Nye with a spatula and flatten my eyebrows down to make sure that they lay completely flat and they're gonna be protected from the other products that we're gonna use, including Sealer. Sealer A is going to help protect this eyebrow cover, so when I put some adhesive on, my eyebrows will not completely rip off. Using a blow dryer for any type of prosthetic work or anything that we're about to do is a grand idea. Getting a light brown eyeliner pencil, I am just outlining the areas where I want to put in like a nose bone area where our zombie is going to look like his nose fell off. I'm using that brown eyeliner pencil to also do creases around my mouth area because zombies' faces have wrinkles and crusty lips and everything. Then I'm going to get one of my all-time favorite makeup products. I'm joking, it smells, but it is liquid latex with a disposable makeup sponge, and put it on the area above the bridge of my nose and on that upper cheek part of my face because we're going to lay some tissue paper. You want to make sure your tissue paper is 1 ply, not 2. If it's 2 ply, you separate it apart, and we're going to do thin layers of it across the bridge of our nose where we're going to have like that nose bone protrude out, and different areas on the tops of my cheeks. And then you want to get that liquid latex and put it on top of the tissue as well. So we're going to have 2 layers of liquid latex, one below the tissue paper and one on top of it. That's going to help make wrinkled effects, cut marks, skin open wounds, and all that stuff. Liquid latex and tissue is one of the best things you can have for a special effects makeup kit, and they make so much different textures and variations, especially for zombies. It makes their skin look wrinkly and cracked and decaying off their face. So with that tissue and liquid latex, I'm just making this pocket wound hole near the bottom of my cheekbone. And you want to do multiple layers of liquid latex to make it very soppy and kind of wet because it'll just make the tissue stick there better. I'm also going to put that liquid latex on the tip of my nose and get some little pieces of balled up tissue to make like a nose bone protruding out of my face. Then on the top brow parts that we did those eyebrow covers on, I am going to get some liquid latex and tissue. This liquid latex will not take off your eyebrows. That's why I did those covers, because I really want to make sure I don't rip my eyebrow hairs off. And then again, we're getting the tissue paper, but this time I'm going to add a little special thing of cotton balls. I take cotton balls and I rip them apart a little bit to make them more malleable so that I can make them into any shape I want. And then I put tissue paper over that with liquid latex because we want this on our brow area to make the eyebrows stand out more and like they're protruding like the skull from the actual face, and like the rest of their skin skin is shrinking from decaying. This is a very tedious process and it could get extremely messy, but if you have a hairdryer and you take your time to do delicate layers of tissue with liquid latex and don't rush it or make clumpy masses of tissue with latex and do thin layers that blend nicely into the skin and have wrinkles and cuts in other parts, it will be great. Now, once your liquid latex tissue area is completely dry, I'm going to get some concealer and put that on top of that area, because just like with the Harley Quinn face, the original one before the zombie, we need to cover these white tissues. You could skip the concealer on certain parts of this white tissue paper and that could be like bones protruding. But then I'm going to get the foundation color again and put that over the concealer to make sure it blends in nicely to look like her original skin color. Now it's time to do shadowing on this zombie's eye sockets and face. I'm getting an alcohol paint palette, and make sure you really know how to use these because they could, drip into your eye and really burn. But I like that drippy makeup for tissue paper like this because it drips right into those cracks and makes you be able to contour better and makes those wrinkles stand out more on zombie makeups. Just make sure you don't get this in your eye. I used a light grayish and brown, and sometimes I use a little bit of red, depending on what areas of the zombie I want to be more red and bloody and which ones I want more shadow in. But you really want more dark shadow around that bone piece that's protruding that I left white of the tissue paper. And I'm also going to drag that on my neck in certain areas to make it look like my skin is pulling. You really want to use paints in the color of shadows around the eye sockets of the zombie because that's going to make their eyes look more hollow and like their skin is being stretched. Now I'm just getting some Maroon cream paint from my Ben Nye Death Wheel palette, and I'm doing that around that nose bone area to give it definition, on the cheek wound and around my eye sockets. Then I'm getting a black cream paint, especially in that area around my protruding nose bone, and I'm also using it to do cracks around that nose bone and eye area. I even did like a slice mark near the top of my forehead, contouring in around that wound right under my cheekbone. I'm extending the white a little bit further up and putting more black around it to make it look like it's more of a natural nose bone, like where the area is of it protruding out. I'm getting that alcohol paint in the same shadow colors I used around the sockets of my eye with the orange stipple sponge, and I'm going to contour the top of my forehead to make it look like my skull bone is really protruding. And stippling on shadow marks of like my collarbone protruding and it making it look dirty, like my skin is falling apart a little bit on my neck and chest. Blackening in certain parts of my mouth. Getting that black liquid eyeliner pen again and drawing in that little heart in the area where I took it off before on top of the zombie cheek this time, and having it a little bit rough around the edges, like her skin definitely changed the shape of it a little bit while it was decaying. And now it's time for my favorite part of gory makeup, getting fake blood. With a Q-tip, I'm going to make my injury on my head bleed a little bit. And me bleeding from the mouth. Getting that fake blood and also putting it in that wound right under my cheekbone to have it drippy. You could also get thicker blood and to have it like crease up in certain areas and really look more realistic, like dry dead blood of the zombie while it's eating its victims. Putting some dry old thick blood on the tip of my nose as well. And now I'm going to paint my teeth. Yes, you heard me right, painting my teeth. You have to get specific paint tooth lacquer for this. You shouldn't paint your teeth with any type of paint. I'm making it yellow and dingy and gross and brown, a little bit of black. Like she was chomping on pus and boogers. I know that sounds gross, but I find that a hairdryer really works for your teeth lacquer to make it stay better. And once you think your Harley Quinn is zombified enough, it's time to put back on her wig. I accidentally put it on backwards at first because the blue and the pink weren't matching up with my eyeshadow colors. Everybody makes mistakes. And I made sure I dirtied it and dirtied parts of her face. This is fake clean dirt. They make that and sell it, which I love. And you can be totally done with that, but I put in one fake completely white contact lens to make it look like that eye is just like a little bit more dead. Because I really want the zombie to look like it's been through something. It's dirty, because most zombies do not care and they'll get dirty and eat people's brains. And with that, you are completely done with your Harley Quinn from the Suicide Squad movie, but zombified. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I absolutely love doing these creepy twists on everyday makeups that people would not expect for it to get even creepier. This was such a fun idea to do. I really wanted to walk outside creepily with a bat, but I didn't. because the blood sometimes looks a little too real. And sadly, it's time for me to transform back into my regular old self and take off this makeup. All the products I use in this video will be listed down below in the description box as always. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do any of my makeups from these videos I post here on my YouTube channel, please post them on my Instagram and tag me, #catsketch. Thank you so much for everyone who got me to 700,000 subscribers. I recently talked about this in my full face using liquid lipsticks challenge, but you guys are so amazing, so magical. I wouldn't be doing these if it wasn't for you, because all your support is amazing. I hope we get to 1 million before the year ends, but I'm not gonna make any promises. I can't do that if it wasn't for you. So if you'd like to see more videos like this, please subscribe for more makeup transformations that are cute and sometimes creepy and everything in between. And I cannot believe I forgot to take off the teeth paint off of my mouth, but it's hysterical. I love you all, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!